What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Kith collaboration with Nike on the Air Force 1 Low in the New York City colorway. First things first though, I want to give a huge thank you for all the continued love and support. My channel just passed the 100K subscriber mark, which is something I never expected would actually happen. So I owe all my success to you guys. Without you, this channel would be nothing. And to celebrate, there's definitely going to be some giveaways, so stay tuned for a separate video for that. So back to the shoes, this is a Kith collaboration with Nike which dropped back in December. It was part of a bigger collection in collaboration with the New York Knicks, and it retailed for $130 US or 165 Canadian. And the official colorway for this shoe is white, rush blue, and brilliant orange. So when you think of New York City, one of the most common color schemes you think of is probably orange and blue. And this shoe really lets those two colors shine. So diving straight in, the upper of the shoe is constructed using a very soft tumbled white leather. We have this perforated toe box, and surrounding the outer edge, we have more of that tumbled white leather. To the touch, this leather feels very nice and plush, and overall felt like it was decent quality. So the leather covers the eyelets of the shoe, the mid panel as well, and overlaid on top, we have this oversized TPU swoosh, which is done in this gradient fashion. So on the lateral side, it goes from a darker orange to clear, whereas on the medial side, the swoosh is done in blue. So if this styling looks familiar to you, we've seen this before on the Taiwan Air Force 1 logo before. Moving downwards, on the lateral side of the heel, we have Nike's New York City logo embroidered in black and orange. And on the center of the back heel, we have another strip of leather running down, and instead of Nike Air, we have Kith Air embroidered in orange. For the laces, these come standard with these flat white colored laces, but they also give us a secondary pair of flat white laces which come with these gold lace tips. Underneath the laces, we have a full leather tongue, which is made out of that same soft leather as the rest of the shoe. And at the very top, we have this custom tag with Kith, Nike, and Air Force 1 branding. Moving on to the insoles, these come with a foam padded insole. It's lined in this white finish on the top, and we have Kith and Nike co-branding stamped on the heel. So the upper of the Air Force 1 sits atop this very chunky midsole, and encapsulated within the midsole but not visible to the eye, we have a 3/4 length air sole unit. And then turning the shoe over to the bottom, here we have your classic Air Force 1 outsole. However, in this case, this is done in this translucent icy blue finish. We have the circular traction pattern on the forefoot and back heel, along with Nike branding on the medial edge. So for those wondering about sizing, these fit the same to me as most of my other Air Force 1s, so personally I'd recommend going a half size down. However, if you have really wide feet, then you can definitely stick true to size. They just might be a little bit long lengthwise, but whatever size you normally wear in Air Force 1s, I'd stick with that same size for this pair. Moving on to comfort, so the Air Force 1 is kind of a mixed bag. Some people swear by it, some people feel like bricks, and for me, I'm kind of in the middle. The Air Force 1 is a bit more on the heavier side, that's for sure. And while it's not the softest shoe on the market, you can definitely feel some of that air cushioning under your foot. And I gotta say, the leather they use on the upper is very soft, and it feels very broken in already straight out of the box. So it's not necessarily a shoe I'd be wanting to wear if I'm walking around for hours in a day, for example, but just for light casual use, it's gonna be perfectly fine. Last but not least, in terms of the overall quality and craftsmanship, so as I mentioned earlier, the leather they use on the upper felt very nice and soft. It's a clear upgrade from your general release Air Force 1s, and in my opinion, the overall build on the shoe is pretty good as well. So as far as a collaboration goes, this was a pretty solid, well-made pair. With all that being said now, let's lace these up and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. I know it's been over half a year since these dropped, but I managed to scoop these for a very reasonable price, so I just couldn't say no. For me, the thing that really drew me most of this pair is just how clean it looks. I'm not normally huge on the New York Knicks colorway, but for some reason, I think because the shoe is predominantly white, but has just enough pop with the accents of orange and blue. And I'm also a pretty big fan of Kith products as well, so all in all, a very solid drop, and I'm very happy to add this pair to the collection. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this New York City Kith Nike Air Force One. What are your overall thoughts on the colorway and the design of this shoe? And is this a pair that you guys copped for retail? And if you didn't, is this a pair you would cop for a reasonable price on the secondary market? Let me know your comments down below. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet. Stay tuned to my Instagram at esco8 for future giveaway details. You can follow me on Twitter at sean.go and visit my website at seango.ca. And if you haven't heard, I've started a podcast as well called the Channel 8 Podcast. So the video version is right here on my YouTube channel, but if you're looking for just the audio podcast version, then it's hosted on most of your major platforms, including Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play. So thank you everybody for all the continued love and support. Again, 100K, super thankful, very honored, and blessed. So until next time, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.